Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Net Crochet Tejido. Today I'll be teaching you how to knit and crochet this beautiful shawl. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a combination of those two beautiful art, knit and crochet. I already have one that is completely crochet. I'm gonna leave the link in here. It's absolutely gorgeous and I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I make a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you're receiving a Spanish video and you wanted to see it in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel. There you'll find the English version in there. Also, you can send me a message and I can send you the link. For this design, this is the material I'm gonna use. The yarn is Isaac Mizrahi Craft Premier 100 gram, 300 meters each, 90% acrylic, 5% polyamide, and 5% metallic. And it's medium 4 and the color is Imperial. This beautiful color. I have a button. The netting needles are 7mm. I'm using the circular, but we're gonna work straight, so you can use a straight needle. It's easier for me since I don't want to cast on that many stitches to work with this one. A crochet hook of 4.5mm because we had to do a crochet part to this piece. Measurement tape, tapestry needle, and scissors. I already made one of these entirely made with crochet. So I'm gonna leave the picture and the link here just in case you are a crocheter, not a knitter, and you want to do that piece. But for this one I have to use both because you don't can use the needles to do the crochet part of the Salamon knot. So that's why I have to use a crochet to do the back part of the piece. But I just wanted to do both. One completely crochet and one with a combination of crochet and knitting. The stitch that I'm gonna do is multiple of 3 plus 6 for the borders, 3 stitch in one side for the border and 3 stitch in the other side for border. There will be purl stitch. If you want those border wider, you can do 4, you can do 5, it's up to you the width that you want to do for the border. But for mine, with 3 on each side, that way I keep it multiple of 3 in the entire piece. So I'm gonna do a slip knot. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna cast on my stitches nice and loose. So I'm gonna cast on 36. 30 for the motifs and 6 for border. Once I have my 36 stitches, I will meet you here. Now I'm gonna start doing 3 rows of purl. So you're gonna end up, after you do your 3 rows, on the wrong side of your piece. And we're doing just those 3 rows of border. So when I have those 3 rows down, I will meet you here. Now we're gonna start with the first row of our motif, and then only in this row, and the first one is where you do the stitch, the design, and then the other one is just net, purl, net, and then again it will be this motif and the stitch, what we're gonna do now. But first I'm gonna select some markers because I want to mark the 3 border stitch on each end, that they will be purl on the right side and purl on the wrong side. And I'm gonna grab this other marker. I just wanted to mention that all these little markers, I made a tutorial and how to make these, and even these ones, as you see. I bought these, I think it was an AliExpress or Amazon, I don't know, different sizes. And then I created my own round counter, and I have a tutorial as well. So we're gonna start with a 3 border stitch. So there are 3 purl. I'm gonna place the marker. That's the round counter and marker at the same time. And now we're gonna purl 3 together. But we don't gonna pass this one out. We're gonna keep them here. Now, because we are purling 3 together, we had to replace those 3 in this needle. So I have 1. You're gonna do a yarn over in that needle, and then you're gonna do those 3 together again, a purl those 3 together, and you have your 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and that's the stitch that we're gonna do. Again, you're gonna purl these 3 together, but you're gonna keep them in the left hand needle. You're gonna do a yarn over in the right hand needle, and then you're gonna purl these 3 together. And again, you have your other 3 purls or stitches, and like that is what we're gonna do in this first row. I finished that row. Now we're gonna do 1 row of net, 1 row of purl, 1 net, and then again we start with this one again. So that means the first one is this stitch, the second one is net, the third one is purl, and the fourth one is net, and then we start again with the first one and the purl side. You do the stitch again. It's a 4 row repetition. So you always gonna start with the 3 purl on the border and both sides, and then I'm gonna pass my marker, and then I'm gonna net all the stitches until I get to the marker, and then I will purl the last 3. Come back with a row of purl and then do a row of net, and then again we have to do this stitch again. So I will meet you here after that to show you one more time how to do it. I finished that row and I put my marker on 0 because we're gonna start again with repetition number 1. So the marker is just in case if I go away, leave my work in here, I come back and I know in which row I'm working. Okay, so I'm gonna do my 3 border stitch, and when you look at this, you always will be doing purls in the wrong side and net in the right side, except the border stitches that are only purl. So the main piece is always purl or net. So now we're gonna do the stitch again. We're gonna grab these 3 stitches and we're gonna purl them together, but we're gonna keep them in the needle. You're gonna do a yarn over, and then you're gonna do those 3 again together in a purl stitch. So this is the repetition you're gonna do. You always have to make sure that you have your 3 stitches back again, otherwise you'll be doing decrease and don't gonna look the same. So again, I'm gonna do these 3 together, yarn over, and 3 together again, and like that you're gonna continue working. In this row you come back with a net row. Remember, I don't want to mention the border stitch with all is purl. You're going to do the net row, the purl row, a net row, and then again you do this repetition. And like that you're going to work. I'm going to finish here and I will tell you everything you're gonna do on all the measurements. So I'm gonna do this round, a net round in this straight needle in order for me to show you what the stitch is looking like and to give you the measurement, because this one is going across, you know, this one is for hats, perfect. But for this straight piece is for me, for visual, it's not that great. So I'm gonna do one net row and I will meet you here. So I did an extra row or extra motif, that way you guys can see the stitch really well. It's absolutely gorgeous. I already have it's like a big blouse, you know, like you put it on top, and it's really nice, done with thick yarn, very fast, very easy to do. I'm gonna leave the link in here. You're gonna see an eye or at the end with this stitch. It's like a purpley color, eggplant, gorgeous. So I'm gonna continue working with this. Let me measure the width and measure 23.5 centimeters. That is perfect. So I'm gonna work for around 130 centimeters because we have to have around 130, but since the border is only 1 centimeter, you can do that after you have your 130 centimeters from here. You will finish in the right side of the piece, and then you start, the right side is where the tail is in the front. So when you finish with the purl, I finish a net row. So when I come back with the purl row, you see, I'll be again in the right side. So when you're on the right side of the piece and you have your 130 centimeters, you will do your 3 rows of purl. We'll cast off our stitches, but we don't want to cut the yarn because we're going to work with the crochet hook the other side of our shawl, the crochet part, with the Salamon knot or lover's knot. But if you like, you can do just a scarf with this because it's absolutely gorgeous. But I want to have a shawl, a netted one, well, net and crochet, and a just crochet one as well. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to continue working with this, with those repetitions, until I have my 130 centimeters long. This is what I've done so far. I still have a way to go. Quite a few centimeters to go. But it looks amazing. absolutely amazing. This for a scarf, it will look absolutely gorgeous. The stitch is one of those stitches that you love to make many things with it. Probably I will make a sweater with this stitch because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like the one that I did the crochet version of this. And that stitch, you can make so many things with that stitch because it's absolutely gorgeous. So I still have a way to go. I just wanted to give you a sneak peek what I have done so far, and I'm still working on my first ball of yarn. Something else that I wanted to mention, I changed needles to this bamboo set. This was from the package that my friend Maria Ruiz sent me as a gift. This bamboo number 7mm. I absolutely love them because these ones are a little bit too heavy because they're extra long for this narrow piece. And then the circular needle, these cables are very, you see, they always tend to go back to that same position, and I was fighting it most of the time. Each time I have to start a new row. So I look around to see if I had any other ones, and then I remember the set that she gave me, and then I found a 7mm, and they're absolutely perfect for this because they are nice and light, easy to work with, and I love them. Thank you, Maria, for this gift. So I'm gonna continue working with this. I just wanted to mention that. Here I have my 130 centimeters, and I'm still working with my first ball of yarn. This one is go a long way, you know, like the one I did in crochet that I use 2.5 ball for the piece. So look absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm gonna do the 3 row of purl. I did 56 repetition with this one that is not completely finished. So I did the decrease and increase and the purl side, and then I did a net row and a purl row. I'm supposed to do a net and then again start with the beginning of the next motif, but I don't gonna do that net row, the last one. I'm gonna do a purl row. I go back with another purl row, and I will do another purl row. 3 purl row that I have to do to finish this piece. That way we have the same border as this one and here. Okay, so you're gonna purl all your stitches, and now you can remove your markers. I finished the 3 purl row. Now we're gonna bind off or cast off our stitches, and in order for the stitches here on the right side to look the same as this one, we're gonna cast off in a knit row. We're gonna knit the stitches as we cast off or bind off. So you're gonna knit the first one, you're gonna knit the second one, and you're gonna pass the first one over. And you have to do this very, very loose. If you think that you do this too tight, I recommend to use a bigger size needle. So you knit the next one, pass the second one over. You knit the next one, and pass the second one over. That's so. And you're gonna have the same finish in this side as the beginning of our piece. So I cut off all the stitches, and if you like, you can continue with this even in the wrong side of the piece, because we're going to work back and forth with the crochet hook doing the border of the shawl, the Salamon knot or lover's knot. But what I'm going to do, that way I don't have to worry about running off this, I'm going to cut this, lose the tail, and then I will use this for fringes later. And then I will grab a new ball of yarn and I will start crocheting the border of our shawl. So you see this border and this one at the beginning of our piece are exactly the same. So now I'm gonna do that, and then I will show you how you're gonna do the crochet part of our shawl. So I've lost the two tails from the beginning and the end. If you would like, you can leave this as a scarf. You put some fringes and it will look absolutely gorgeous. The stitch is absolutely beautiful. I was showing to my sister and she said a sweater with that stitch, it will look amazing. And I was thinking, well, a sweater with this in the center like that. And then the three stitches of pearl, and then a cable on each side, and maybe the C stitch for the rest. It will look amazing. So maybe I will do one of those sometime. So if you want this for a scarf, you can leave it as a scarf. For mine, I want a shawl. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go downstairs, do some exercise, have a shower, and have a nice big mug of carrot soup, homemade carrot soup. I have to take care of myself first, and that way I can continue showing you guys all my work on my designs. So I'm gonna do that, and I will meet you here in a few minutes. Well, like in an hour or so. We're gonna start with the Salamon knot or lover's knot, and we're gonna do a slip knot to create a loop. We're gonna go to the corner, pass the hook, pass it through, chain one, and do a single crochet in the same space. Now you're gonna pull your strand to create a long loop, and you're gonna do a yarn over, and you're gonna grab that third strand in here, and you always have to try to measure, guide yourself by your thumb to do all the stitches the same size. Okay, so around there will be mine. I'm gonna do a single crochet in that strand, and I'm gonna elongate again, and this is half of a knot, and when you do the other strand, the other loop is the full knot. And again, single crochet in the third strand, and then here I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then number 4 I'm gonna do a single crochet. Again, I'm gonna elongate the loop, yarn over, and you see that strand you're gonna place in between your finger, and you're gonna do a single crochet in that strand. Again, single crochet, and I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then number 4 I'm gonna do a single crochet. And like that, how you're gonna do this stitch, Salomon stitch or lover's knot, until the end. I wasn't gonna mention anything, but I already had done 10 rows of these stitch, and then I looked at the work and I didn't like it because it was fewer stitches here in this border and didn't look right. They were quite big. I wasn't doing it bigger, and I didn't like it, so I frog those 10 rows. I said I don't want to mention anything, but I decided to mention just in case you decided to make them bigger to save time. That don't want to work because don't gonna look right. I already been there, done that for you. That way you don't make the same mistake. So, and the space that I did was 6 of these little reps or ridges that you see from the purl. So I did for a space in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it was bigger the stitch, but it would have fewer stitch and didn't look right. So I decided to frog all that and start all over and record all over. So I am trying to measure from the beginning of the knuckle here to the tip of my nail. Before I was measuring from the other side, like very long stitches, and that's why it didn't look right. So I'm trying to make this nice and even. And always you have to grab the third strand, because if you come here and you don't grab this one and you pass it through, you don't can create the knot. Okay? You always have to grab that one. When you do yarn over, you grab it here, and at the same time you are measuring the length of the stitch. That way they're nice and even. So single crochet and count 1, 2, 3, and then number 4. You see those little ridges? You'll see it in your work. You're gonna do your single crochet, and like that you're gonna continue, and you're gonna finish with a single crochet in the last border stitch. In one of the space I only left 3 in order to have enough space to do the last one. Remember these, I didn't count the rows to do this, just I got myself by measurements. So if I don't show you where this is, you don't see it, it's here I have only 3, but they all look the same pretty much, you see. So, and I have enough space to do the last one. So now we're gonna start the second row, and we're gonna start with a decrease. In the same way I'm gonna show you how you're gonna start in this row, you're gonna start all your rows. And the same way that I'm gonna show you how you're gonna finish this row, you're gonna finish all the rows. And then you will do that in every single row. You do decrease in the beginning and end until you have only one the stitch like that. That will be the tip of your shawl. And we're gonna start with a chain 1, turn your work around, and remember you're gonna start just like this every single row. In that single crochet you're gonna do a single crochet. You're gonna do half a knot, so you're gonna measure and do just one of these. You see, this is the half, and then you're gonna come here to this single crochet and you're gonna do a single crochet, and that's the first decrease in here. So now we're gonna do a full knot. So you're gonna elongate your strand, create a loop, pass it through, do the single crochet, and again you're gonna do the other half to create a hole. You see, you have 1 and 2, and that's a full Salamon knot. Now you're gonna come here to this single crochet and you're gonna do a single crochet, and like that is how we're gonna work all the way until the end, working a full knot between this, from this single crochet to this one, from this one to the next one. Okay, always in these single crochets in here is where we're gonna do the stitches as we go. I'll show you one more time. You're gonna elongate the stitch, measure, make sure that you have them almost all of them the same length. It will be much nicer. And you're gonna do the single crochet. You see, you have your full knot, and you're gonna come here to the center of this single crochet, and I'm gonna do a single crochet. And like that you're gonna continue working all your stitches until you get to the last single crochet, this one in here, and that will be the decrease, because you don't gonna finish at the end, you're gonna finish here, and you see you're decreasing already here, you see, in the center of this. So do this row. I will meet you here at the end, and I will show you one more time how you're gonna begin the next row. Here I'm gonna finish the last one of this row exactly the same as I did before with the last full stitch. I'm gonna come here to the last single crochet. I'm gonna do a single crochet and I finish with a decrease, and it will look like this. You see? So I decrease this one, and now this one, because when I come back I will do a stitch in here. You see? So I'm gonna chain one, turn my work around, do a single crochet, half of the knot, do a single crochet in here, and the full one in between these two. And at that I'll continue back and forth until I have only one left. But I'm gonna work quite a few rows, and then I will show you what the stitch look like with more work done. Something that I wanted to show you, if you look at your work, in one row you will have this double. You see, a half a knot in here, because I had to do that half in order to turn my work around. And this one you have a single, and this one a double, and the next one a single, and the next one a double, and so on. This is what I've done so far, and look how amazing, how gorgeous this look with this color. Look at this. I still have this little piece to do, but I absolutely love this, and the color look amazing. I finished this part of the shawl, and it looked absolutely gorgeous. And this in the back like this, it look amazing. The length is perfect. I find that the one I had a crochet, the length of this part of the shawl is too long, but it look really nice, don't get me wrong. But I like this one that is a little bit shorter. So now what you're gonna do is you want to do this close on the front with the button. You're gonna measure from the border 22 centimeters, and you're gonna sew a button there. For the one I did a crochet, I crochet a little I-cord and I sew in the side, and then I close with that. For these ones, since they have these little holes, I will try to get it that I can close it with one of those little holes in there. Okay, that is, you want to close your shawl, or you can do two little pieces of I-cord to tie a bow on the front, or you can leave it open. It's up to you. That part is up to you. So the one that I crochet, I did fringes only in the front portion of the piece, and these here, and in this second row. I didn't place any fringes in the first one, I just did one in the second one. And the same on the other side, because it was too long, and then if you put fringes, it was too long. That's why I didn't place any fringes in the back. For this one, I may place some fringes in the back. I have this extra yarn here. but I have to find the beginning of the tail. Oh, here it is. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab your measurement tape and you're gonna measure without stretching or anything the yarn 40 centimeters, and you're gonna cut as many, careful, don't cut your work, as many as you want, and then when you are ready you'll place 4 of these together. I have 3 here to create your fringes, and it will be like a little bit under 20 centimeters long, the fringes. So that's what I'm going to do now on the border. I will try first on the front, and maybe I do the rest as well. So when you measure this, the 22 centimeters from the border, make sure that when you sew the button, you sew it in a place that you, on the other side, will have this little hole, okay? Because if you sew in between these, you'll have one of these in between, and then you don't want to have a hole to pass it through, okay? I just wanted to mention that and make sure that it is nice and even when you do this. So I will leave the button like that. When I put this on and off, I will pass it through my head without undoing the button. That way that stays in place, the same length and everything, and it's perfect. Now I'm gonna work on the fringes. Like that, you're gonna place the fringes, and I give it around 2 fingers of a space between each of them, and then I'm using a 7mm crochet hook. That way it's much easier to work with, and working in here, leaving this pearl that you see in here, and then I'll continue placing every 2. Place the fringes, and I think I will skip the first one and then I place one on the first one. But if I do one on the first one, I will skip the second one. Every second I will place a fringe. I don't want to place fringes on every single one of them because I think it will be too much. Plus we'll use more yarn, and I have this leftover from the second ball and this one from the first one. So I think for this one I'm gonna put fringes all the way around because this one for Christmas will look amazing, and then I will show you the end result. I changed the space between the fringes because after I did leaving 2 fingers in between them, they look weird, too far apart. And then what I did, I left one in between each one of them, and in the knitted part I did 10 fringes on each side. And then for the back, first I did 1 fringe in one space, skip one, and the other one, and it was too little, and then I did fringes in every single space, and now it look really nice. So this is the leftover of my 2 ball of yarn. I only used 2. I had 3 when I started, but I only used 2. So that means with 300 grams you will have enough for the shawl. Remember, even if they weigh 100 grams, not always you have the same amount of meters. So you have to guide sometime by meters and not by grams, because sometime 100 gram only have like 150 200 meters, so you will need more. That depends on the thickness of your yarn. So I wanted to mention that, and now I'm gonna put it on the mannequin and I will show you the end result. I wanted to show you the back for you to appreciate how gorgeous this look. I absolutely love this shawl. This for the Christmas holiday and look amazing. Absolutely love it. You can do this different color, but I absolutely love it. Now I'll turn around the mannequin and I will show you the front. That way you see how gorgeous this look. Well, this is the end result and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love this design. This shawl look amazing. On top of the dress, to go to the church, to go to a party when you're cold. It looks amazing, very dressy, very nice. And I hope you guys like it and give a thumbs up and give it a try, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber and you make this beautiful design and you want to send me some pictures. You can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Ne Crochet Tejido, or my Instagram, Ruby Ne Crochet Tejido. Please share my video with friends and family and in groups, please. That way you help me grow here on YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.